Hello everybody and welcome on into another LEGO mock review. Today we are checking out my LEGO Hawkeye mock, which is part 4 in our multiple part series going over every single set that I've created for every single show in phase 4. This one also marks the last one from 2021, and if you guys are excited for the shows from last year, make sure to subscribe and like, as those will be coming up soon. But anyways, let's get on into the video. Starting off with the minifigures here, our first one is, of course, Hawkeye. The character the show is mostly based on. For Hawkeye, I gave him the same face that he comes with in the Infinity War sets, as well as I gave him the sleepy hair head piece in tan. I also gave him all new torso printing with some back printing, as well as the torso has some purple arms there, with one hand being gray for his glove. I did not decide to give him any leg printing, as the suit itself is pretty bland when it comes to the legs, but I also gave him his quiver and his compact bow. Moving on to our next minifigure here, we have, of course, Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop comes with the Barbara Gordon hairpiece in black, as well as has an all-new face expression, showing a beat-up and tattered look as she has just gotten into a fight. I also gave her the same quiver that Clint Barton uses, as well as an all-new torso print there, with the legs that come on some Black Widow minifigures. I also gave her a bow, not the same one as Clint Barton, of course, as hers is made out of wood. For our third minifigure in the set, I decided to make it Yelena Belova. For her, I gave her the ponytail hairpiece in tan, as well as the same head print that Sylvie uses from the Marvel CMF series. I also gave her all new torso printing. Fortunately, I did not give her sidearm printing or leg printing, as her suit kind of just doesn't really include much of that. But I did give her the new build for the Black Widow batons, which is a lightsaber hilt piece with a Harry Potter wand attached to the front of that. And now moving on to the two villains of the set. And I mean, you could count Yelena as a villain, but she's kind of an anti-hero in the show. But up next, we have Echo. For Echo, I gave her dual molded legs using navy blue and black, as well as gave her some side arm printing, as well as a new torso print there, with as well a new face print there, and the same hairpiece that I used for Yelena, being the ponytail hairpiece this time in black, and I also gave her a goon gun as her accessory there. And as you can see on her torso there in the top left is her kind of crest, which carries on from, of course, the comics into her MCU debut. And finally, for the last minifigure in the set, and yes, I did include 5 as it fit the set better, we have one of the Tracksuit Mafia members. Now, this isn't any one of them specifically, I just gave him a head and a hairpiece that I thought would fit, and I created an all-new torso design with some side arm printing there, showing the white line that goes down the arms there. I also gave him some hip printing of the sweater going down onto the legs there, as well as gave him a Molotov as his accessory and a baseball bat, as those are the two things that they use a lot in the show. I also gave him the Wild Style hood piece in red. And here are all the minifigures all lined up, starting from the villains onto the heroes. And now let's move on to the set. For the set, I went for the final battle, of course, from the show, which of course is the ice rink battle. And for the set, I gave it 2 Christmas trees on the right there, as well as a little area where you can walk behind the ice rink there. I also gave it, of course, the black border that I gave all the other ones that I've made, as well as put the LEGO Marvel Collection logo showing the brand of the set, as well as a little quote saying, "I'm not smashing a 72 Challenger, come on," which of course is a direct quote from Clint Barton from, I believe, the 3rd episode, and you'll see a few Easter eggs as we go along here. And now for the front of the build here, you can get a better look at it. Here we have, of course, the 2 Christmas trees here. One has fallen down, of course, and the other is still standing, and they are standing on these 2x2 little hopper tiles there, as well as I gave it a mixture of 2x4s and 2x2 flat tiles, all in, I believe, baby blue. I also, here is a closer look of the little logo down there, as well as I gave it a little railing, all covered in black there, going around with the little car windows in translucent. And as you've probably noticed, yes, I did include a Rogers the Musical logo down there in the left there on a 2x2 tile there. That is a all new print on it, and that is about it for the front of the build. Now let's move on to the back. For the back, it's pretty simple. It's just some light brown tiles there, all with a few little places where you can put your minifigures, and behind here, of course, is the back of the tree. Nothing too pretty, but you can see how it was built there on the angle. Now, of course, here are some of the display shots. Here you have Kate Bishop fighting off the Tracksuit Mafia member. There is a closer look at her double-sided face there with a smiling expression, and you can't really see him there as the bat is up, but as you can see, they all fit on here, and there are multiple places where you can stand them. And of course, moving on to the next one, you have Clint talking to Yelena, explaining everything, as it is a direct scene off of the show. I also wanted a way to recreate the scene where Echo is standing behind everything and kind of watching as the chaos unfolds. So for that, I made a little display area showing her standing and watching everything, which I think fits pretty well if you don't want her to be in the direct battle. But that is it for the set. If you guys did go on to enjoy the video, please make sure to subscribe and like the video, as that helps me put out a lot more content for you guys, as well as it helps me become more relevant. And I also want to thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. We hit it last night, and that honestly just puts a smile on my face, and as I've never gotten to that goal before. But our next goal, let's set a goal for 400 by August. I feel like that's a pretty reasonable goal. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.